What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review. And I think this is going to take the record for the biggest thing I've reviewed. I think the other thing that I reviewed that was really large was the Apatosaurus. That was a really large figure, but I think this beats it. I'm not quite sure. I do have my Apatosaurus here, believe it or not, but I don't want to take her down because she's in the back of everything, and that would not be good for the shelf. That's not good for business. But without further ado, we have the brand new Jurassic World Dominion Super Colossal Giganotosaurus. God, this thing looks awesome. This might be, I say this every time, but this might be the best Super Colossal one so far. I have all of them except the blue. I don't want that one. I don't want the Atrociraptor. Like, I don't want the ones that don't make sense. I want these to go with my 6-inch action figure collection. I recently bought other dinosaurs that don't really go, but they're dinosaurs. I have to get them. I have to get them. But without further ado, I'm going to do my best to showcase this box, but there's, you're really not going to be able to see everything. So on the front here, it's super colossal style, the open window here, no plastic or very little plastic, which is really cool. Get some little chump playing with the Gigo right there. On the side here, you get some beautiful art. Oh, man, it's knocking everything down. I'm going to have to move the camera. So you get some beautiful art of Rexy, and then the Jurassic World Dominion, and then the Giganotosaurus, and then that's the dimensions on how large this dinosaur is. On the top, you get Super Colossal Giganotosaurus along with the Jurassic World Dominion logo again, which, can I just say that I am incredibly excited for that fucking movie? Like, God, I can't wait. And then here is the barcode. I found mine at Target if you're looking for that. The sides, I'll show in a second. So on the back, you get that same little chump playing with the Giganotosaurus with some paint that I hope is on the figure, but I don't know if it is. And then you get to see the Gigo here. You're gonna see like off the review station for a second, but you get to see all the other minifigures that you can put in there. My box is kind of effed up, but I don't plan on keeping this box anyway, so I don't care. You get the Gigo right there. You get the dimensions, which is really cool. And then on the side, it just has the logo. And then on the other side, it has the Pyroraptor, I think that's what that one is supposed to be. And then the Jurassic World Dominion. So, without further ado, again, there's a lot to go over here. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. So, getting this out of the box, here we go. This is kind of going to be a rough review. My review station is just basically my desk at school. So it's not going to be the cleanest review. As you can see pictures and stuff that I have hanging on the wall. So just kind of bear with me. This is a very big figure. It's definitely bigger than the Apatosaurus. I was able to manage to review the Apatosaurus here, so I'm definitely going to be able to do this. But it's just not going to be the cleanest review that you've seen about this guy. But without further ado, let's go ahead and try to get a closer look at him. So taking a look at this head sculpt here, we're only going to do the side of the figures at a time because obviously I can't be spinning it back and forth. So for right now, we are looking at the right side of the figure. But damn, this looks so good. The paint on there looks great. The gold for the eye. I'm not necessarily a huge fan when they choose to do gold. They did that for the Amber collection as well. But, it doesn't look terrible. And then you open the mouth and you get that nice glossy paint with some great texture on the tongue. The teeth are actually relatively sharp. I know Mattel softens them for the kids, which, makes sense. And then the upper palate is also pink. I know you can't really see it. And then the gizzard, like, going down the mouth, which you can see later on. But, his mouth will open, like, all the way, and then it'll close all the way, and it closes really nice. The head's a little bit, the bottom of the mouth is a little squishy, so is the top, actually, but the paint, the black around the eyes looks great. He has all these cuts in them. I might try to, go through paint them. I definitely want to paint the nails because, Mattel's notorious for not painting the nails or tails on their figure, but whatever. You get the arms here. Now, the hands are like a softer plastic. I almost thought that I, shredded the peg, but luckily, I did not. The sculpt is just immaculate. Mattel does a great sculpt on their dinosaurs. So you get all this deep sculpt in there. Now, the Gigo isn't necessarily completely scientifically accurate, from my understanding of it, but I do like the design that they chose for him. It's very unique. It's very different from the T-Rex, which, they would be pretty similar otherwise. So I'm happy to see that they're trying something different. I know a lot of people were complaining about it, some dinosaur nerds, which I am a dinosaur nerd, and I thought it was fine. So I don't go to these movies for accuracy. I go to these movies just to have a good time. But I do like the alligator-like scaling that they have on this guy. Taking a look at the top here. You know, it's kind of alligator-ish, especially on the tail. Definitely like the scoots along the back. The osteoderms look really, really, really nice. I love the sculpt on the leg here. Looks very good. You can see all these gashes and cuts in there. Now, on the box, I can't really show it off, but I kind of mentioned it at the beginning. Like, they had like this pattern of like the skin paint with like this lighter color that you kind of see. I didn't think that was going to be on the figure, and it is not. It seems like it's molded into the plastic, so it's just kind of random and sporadic, but I would have liked if they painted it like they showed on the box. I also would have liked if this black paint came on the top of the thigh just a little bit. Just kind of looks weird, like the black here and then no black there. And the black kind of just ends like right here as well, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand why they do that. Taking a look at the leg here. The leg looks big and chunky and meaty, has all these cuts in it. You get the scoots down the toes, which this is definitely molded in there. You can see like that tannish color is definitely molded in there. And then the toes and the claws are not painted. So definitely going to have to go and do that. That's a little upsetting that they don't do that, but that's a pretty common thing for Mattel. Taking a look at the other side of the dinosaur, pretty similar. You know, just kind of like those random tan spots. But then the belly is painted that tan color, which I like. It's a great gradient, and you know, would I've liked a little bit more out onto the tail, yeah, but honestly I don't think it's that bad. And then obviously you get the feature where you can put something in its stomach and unclip it and they can fall out. I don't really have anything that I can throw down there. How about, this is pretty random, but how about a Lego chimpanzee from the Jane Goodall set, which I just happen to have on my desk. You throw that down there, and then boom, monkey come out. So really, really cool. Clips in nice and solid. I know for my Indominus, it was like really loose, and I had to like wind up like gluing it shut because it would just like literally, it just wouldn't stay. So luckily this one isn't like that. It's pretty solid on there. So looks really, really nice. Going into the tail, you do get a little bit of paint here, but like it doesn't even line up. It like stops and then starts. It's like that on both sides. And then there's like no paint to speak of along the end of the tail. If they would have pulled that black all the way down to the tip of the tail, that would have been amazing. Like that would have put this figure to another level. But since they hide the tail in the box, my suspicion is that they think they can get away with it because, you know, you can't see it in the box. But like, it's just, why would they even bother putting this there if they're not going to go all the way and they put this there? I don't know. It's just weird. Now you do get a hinge right here. So it's more like this. That's pretty much it. And then you do get a swivel at the end right here, which I don't really know what. It's probably just for assembly because obviously it's not really going to work in any position other than that. There's a nice curvature to the tail, which does look pretty good. The sculpt on this guy is just incredible. And then the legs will not move too far, but you know, you can kind of do stuff with them. And then these will move all the way around pretty smoothly. Swivel at the wrist, and then like I showed earlier, you can open the mouth and it swivels right here at the neck. So pretty standard articulation for this line. You know, I don't expect super articulated dinosaurs for this price. I mean, I think it was like 65 bucks for this giant thing. And my birthday recently just passed, so I had a little bit of like Target gift card. So I was like, I knew this was coming, so I was like saving up for it. Found a lot today. Found the two Hammond collection figures of the Parasaurolophus and the Baryonyx, which are not in scale, but you know, whatever, they're dinosaurs. So yeah, I mean, this guy looks pretty good. So now this is the part of the video that's like the hardest, but the most important, the scaling aspect. So obviously here he is next to a 6-inch figure, the Zombie Captain America, and he just is dwarfed by him. I mean, Zombie Cap is about the length of his head. You know, that's kind of crazy. And then obviously if you really wanted to, you could kind of shove Zombie Cap down his throat, which, you know, Zombie Cap probably wouldn't like that too much. Here he is next to a 7-inch scale figure, which is what this line, or this figure is kind of scaled toward. So here he is next to Batman. You know, if you want to get another, they're doing another T-Rex. I don't think I'm going to get it. I say that, but knowing myself, I'll see it and be like, oh, wow, that's different enough to get. If I have the money, I'll get it, and I'll probably get it and review it. But, you know, you could get another Batman or a dinosaur for the Batcave, which is pretty cool. But then the only other figure that I'm gonna unfortunately I can compare it to right now is the Amber Collection Velociraptor, and I think the scale is really good. You know, I think they're not necessarily made for this line, but they scale good enough for me. They're 7-inch scale dinosaurs at the Super Colossal, and are they close enough? Yeah. These Hammond Collection figures are not nearly big enough, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I think these work pretty good together. So yeah, I mean, I think there's not much else to go over. There's not a lot of paint. There's not a lot of articulation. There's obviously no accessories, but you get this just to have it as a showcaser in the collection, or at least for me. I mean, people walk into my collection room that I used to have, you know, my bedroom before, and the first thing they notice are the giant dinosaurs. I have the Carnotaurus, I have the Indominus, and I have the original T-Rex, not the Walmart with the cuts. I didn't really care for that, but the original T-Rex. And you know, it's just, they're like, wow, those are huge. And honestly, they are. They are big figures, and I'm so happy to have them in my collection. They go great with the Amber collection, and I can't wait to get a giant dinosaur shelf again. But, you know, at a price point of $65, I'll put that on the high end, I'm giving this a solid 8 out of 10. The reason being is the nails and the tail need to be painted. I hate that they don't do that, and that's worth taking 2 points off. I think a little bit more paint would go a long way on this guy. But other than that, I'm pretty sure that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to do yourself the favor and me and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have a lot of fun over there, so I'm sure you will too. Be sure to check out my Mercari as well. I have a ton of stuff on sale over there, but I think that's all I got. So as always, let me know. You coppin'? You gonna pick this guy up? Also, send Zombie Cap some help. He could use it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.